wonderful to talk about the Holy Spirit. Oh my goodness. And we think about the Holy Spirit, and oftentimes we immediately go to Acts chapter 2. But I would suggest to you that there's a couple of things we should look at. And Paul specifically discusses what we call the gifts of the Spirit and the fruit of the Spirit. The gifts of the Holy Spirit, Paul speaks about in 1 Corinthians chapter 12. And I love these gifts because they're the supernatural power, empowerment of the Holy Spirit working in our daily living. So that can be healing, it can be faith, it can be speaking in tongues, interpretation of tongues, it can be word of wisdom, word of knowledge, it can be prophecy, and it can be discerning of spirits. I love all these gifts. And you may be watching today thinking, wow, which one is mine? But really what I would suggest to you is, actually, I think the Holy Spirit can work through our lives with all of them. Why would we want to just, quote unquote, specialize in one gift? I would suggest that the Holy Spirit would like to have those gifts flowing through us when the need arises. Because there are times when you pray for somebody and they need healing. There are times when you might want to know, what should I do here in this situation? What's really happening? Discerning of spirits. There are times when you might need a miracle. There are times when you might not know what to pray, and the Holy Spirit prays through you with a prayer language. Sometimes there'll be an interpretation of a prayer language. There's all kinds of ways that the Holy Spirit moves in these supernatural gifts. And really, I think that the Holy Spirit would like to have those things more present in our daily living so that we can see that supernatural demonstration of the Holy Spirit. But I would also suggest to you that there's not only the gifts of the Holy Spirit, but I would also say that we have the fruit of the Holy Spirit. And Paul talks about these, the fruit, in Galatians chapter 5. And fruit would be evidence. Evidence, proof, or consequence, expression of the Holy Spirit in our daily living. And the fruit of the Spirit, love, joy, peace, long-suffering, gentleness, kindness, faithfulness, self-control. Against such there's no law. This fruit lets people know, and to ourselves as well, that we belong to the Holy Spirit. The Holy Spirit is working through us. And I completely see this evidence in my life because, being married and having 3 kids, sometimes it's hard to have that fruit of the Spirit. I can't work it up on my own. There are a lot of times when I don't feel patient. When I might have some anxiety, the lack of peace, right? There are a lot of times when I'm not feeling like I don't have a lot of self-control. But when I nestle into the Holy Spirit and say, please, I need some help here. I'm really struggling. I've run out of Sarah. And at some point, we got to have Holy Spirit stepping in to this real life because, oh my goodness, I just can't pull this together. So I would encourage you today, let's allow the gifts and the fruit of the Holy Spirit to work in our lives. And let's invite the Holy Spirit to have these expressions. This is not exactly who the Holy Spirit is, but rather these are expressions, demonstrations of the Holy Spirit. But I would say this to you. One of the things I think is the essential core foundation for the gifts and the fruit is having a life of connected intimacy with the Holy Spirit. That the Holy Spirit is not some remote, ethereal, esoteric, out there, misty, power, but really cultivating that deep intimacy with the Holy Spirit in our daily living. I need help. I need help to have patience. I need help to know what decision to make. I need help to know for healing in this situation. I need a miracle, maybe in your finances. We need the Holy Spirit in our daily living. So real life family, I would encourage you, let's be wide open to the Holy Spirit flowing and working in our daily living because we live a real life. You are a real life family together with me. Let's let the Holy Spirit do real life with us every day.